Hello and welcome to the first episode of Rattastic Discussions Podcast. Rattastic Discussions turned 10 years old this year. Although I haven't done anything to celebrate this milestone yet, I decided to finally start the podcast that I have been thinking and talking about starting for at least 2 years now. So welcome and thanks for tuning in. So Rattastic Discussions started in late January 2014, although the official birth date is the 4th of February 2014. I just started building the website in January. I released the first magazine on the 4th of February 2014. And the last magazine I released was on the 4th of June 2021. I found that the highlights of these magazines were the rat adventures that I described inside. I've decided that to mark this anniversary, I will rekindle the magazine, with the next issue to be released in January 2025. This year has unfortunately come with many challenges, which is why I haven't had a chance to mark this anniversary yet. I've lost a lot of rats this year, which has been really difficult for me. And I've also been really busy working on my PhD, which is looking at pet rat welfare and their social behaviours. This in turn has also come with a number of financial challenges, such as being able to afford the tuition costs for this PhD. But I would like to say thank you to everyone who has continued to follow Rattastic's discussions. I'm excited to reconnect with you all in the coming year. As I mentioned, I'm going to restart the magazine, but this time with a slight twist. As some of you may know, I started the Rat Welfare Initiative a few years ago, and I've decided to bring that together with Rattastic Discussions to create a new magazine that also focuses on rat welfare. I don't want to give too much away right now, but I am excited to share this with you soon. I already have a number of podcast episode ideas, but I'd love to hear what you would like to hear about, so please let me know in the comments. So Christmas has just passed. I'd be really interested to know how you've celebrated this holiday with your rats. For me, every year I make my rats their own stocking, and we leave it out on Christmas Eve, and in the morning they've got a monkey nut. I also get my rats presents every year and wrap them up for them to open on Christmas Day. This year I got my boys their own teddies that I found in a charity shop, and they absolutely loved them. They also get to have a bit of my Christmas dinner as well, which again they absolutely loved. So how did you celebrate the holidays with your rats? Please let me know in the comments. So I currently have 4 ex-lab rats, and I'm just going to introduce them in this video now. They're all really great rats, but they have had some major challenges with adjusting to their new life. They were a bit bitey to start with Olaf being particularly bitey, and I have actually had to go to the hospital twice because of that rat. So I've had to do a lot of work with him in particular to get him to a place where he doesn't immediately bite me. In the end, I actually taught him how to ask to be picked up, and this seemed to really fix the problem. Whereas he would just ask if he wanted to be picked up for cuddles, and then it made it very, very clear if he didn't, and I would just leave him alone, and this seemed to stop the biting. He recently actually had to have surgery to remove a tumour, and he had 10 days where he wasn't allowed to be with the other rats after his operation, and he was clearly really lonely, but we bonded more over that time, and he's actually now a pretty cuddly rat. He has, however, lost a lot of weight, and I'm really struggling to get that weight back on him. He doesn't seem to like food as much as the others, and what I've found is that if I take them out so he gets the food, he will point blank refuse to eat the food because he wants to be out with his pals. And if I put them all together, I have to have enough food that they will also eat it, otherwise they will all fight over the food. So everybody else is putting on weight, but unfortunately Olaf doesn't seem to be. So if anybody has any tips on really tasty foods that can get a rat to put on some weight that Olaf can't possibly refuse, then please let me know, because I'm really struggling to get him to eat very much of anything at the moment. This has been a crazy year, and balancing my personal life, PhD, and caring for the rats has been challenging at times, especially when it comes to paying my tuition fees. Researching pet rats is something that's really close to my heart, and I feel it's really necessary. But it is really difficult. But I'm doing my PhD part-time and working part-time to fund it, and this has been particularly difficult, and I've had to work a number of jobs at the same time just to keep my head above the water. So I'm just going to highlight just now my GoFundMe page to help pay for my tuition. I would just like to say thank you for all the contributions I've had so far, and I really, really appreciate it. Every donation gets me one step closer to achieving my goal, so any further donations would also be really helpful. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in today and for your continued support over the years. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe, share this channel, and follow me on social media. I look forward to sharing future episodes with you, but in the meantime, I just want to finish on this final question. Why do you love rats? Please let me know in the comments below. Thank you, and goodbye.